This is the story of Otis Jr., the hatchet that killed little Johnny. This is my friend David, and this is my friend Joe. I'm your host, Evan.
So the story begins on one late Halloween night with a preteen named Johnny Roxenberg, and he was out causing mischief, doing some trick or treating, that kind of stuff.
Like normal kids do.
Yes, and he was with some friends, and they dared him to go up to the old Holzenclaw mansion up on 2450 Salmon Street, and the kids said that Johnny was too afraid.
Johnny used to get bullied a lot, right?
Yeah, and the thing was is they had heard a lot of people disappeared when they would go up to that old mansion. Well, legend has it that when Johnny went up there, he had found a small hatchet right outside the mansion.
That's this one, Otis Jr.
Otis Jr. And it was stuck inside an old tree stump. The tree stump looked like it had been dead for years. And, when he got up there, he started to hear voices from the mansion. And little Johnny was worried.
Now, was it like a ghost or just like some kind of animal yelling?
Well, it sounded like a person talking from the stories that I've heard.
Right.
But
What is like a bear or something just like yelling right before us, was it?
Well, I think a bear would be a little more distinct than a person.
I've seen a lot of bears that sound like people. I mean,
fair enough.
That's just me.
Fair enough. But
go ahead.
when he heard the noise, little Johnny, he didn't want to run back down to the bottom of the hill and tell his friends that he got scared off by some odd noise. So he went around the house where the sound came from, and then
Did he go home after that? Or? I remember in my version of the legend. No, go ahead.
Okay.
I was taught differently.
Okay, fair enough. But the story that I had heard was when he got around to the back of the house, he heard something coming from the cellar. Now the cellar was closed up with some old boards and stuff.
I heard they just had an attic instead of a cellar. Like I just heard there was like 2 stories and an attic, and they had a Christmas tree in the den, and it's the
most of those older homes they had some kind of basement.
Was this? Wait, I heard that it was in California. Was it in California? Because California has nothing but attics. They don't have basements in California. What was the boy's name? Johnny or Stelios? Because I heard from my version. I mean, again, like I was letting you tell your story earlier about. I was told this by a native of Coyote Falls. My versions. But anyway, go ahead.
Okay, so the boy peeked into the cellar, and where he had.
I think you're wrong about that. I think there was an attic, but his name was Stelios, and he climbed up because the ladder was an important part of the story. He climbed up the ladder, and that's when he got his foot hung. He thought something was grabbing him. That scared him. That's what I heard. I mean, I'm not trying to. God, I don't want to argue. I don't want to argue, but I'm just saying.
Well,
that got hung on the ladder.
It's interesting that you said about something grabbed him, because once he started to make his descent down into the cellar, there a lot of people suggest that maybe there was some kind of being in the cellar that.
I don't know. Do you like strap-ons or something? I mean, that's like somebody would like that.
Let's stick to the subject.
I'm sorry. I got a little personal. I'm just saying, like people that have basements. I mean, and just like
this was a rich family.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, I just heard that it was an attic.
Tell us more, Joe. Tell us more.
I mean, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm running over your.
So, the way the story says is he went into the cellar.
And that was your way, but I mean, go ahead. I'm
this
sorry.
was before or after the broom closet?
There was no broom closet. I don't even know where this story's going now.
Well, you gotta finish it. You're the expert here.
Fair enough. I'm trying.
So Stelios climbed up the ladder.
There was no Stelios. It was just little Johnny.
How's it scary if there's no ladder? I mean, what's more scary, going down some steps or having a ghoul grab you by the ankle?
I mean,
you know, like going like that, you know, just yelling at you, or like if you're running and some slime hits you, you know, like that. I mean, that's scary. Slime's scary, not a basement.
That just sounds like it's.
I just think the way I was taught.
Let's get back to little Johnny and Otis Jr. here.
I'm just saying.
I mean, the wheels are turning.
Yeah, the wheels are turning, but I mean, you've not even got to the table saw yet. The table saw scene, and you haven't even talked about that part of the legend. And every kid 15 and under knows about that. So I mean,
I think you're referring to the old story about little Joe up on.
I'm referring to the attic. I'm referring to the attic. The way that I heard it, the way I heard it correctly. Stelios climbed up the ladder. A ghoul grabbed him and then threw him down a flight of stairs down to the first floor, and there was a saw down there. That's what I heard. But I mean, and there was some slime. There was like slime all over the floor. He couldn't even stand to get up. You know, he tried to stand, but he kept falling down. And I was taught this by a native of Coyote Falls who lives on a reservation. I was taught that. I mean, I don't know who taught you. Joe Schmo off somewhere in Aragon or whatever.
Well, that just sounds like your parents' honeymoon to me.
Well, that's you're diverging. I mean, go ahead and finish your legend. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. I mean, it's just kind of like you're making up a world that's like a tiny little world, like in a mason jar or like a fish in a bowl doesn't even see outside.
Let's not attack each other. Let's continue the story.
Okay. So supposedly some type of.
I apologize. But I just kind of ran over what you were saying, and it was very rude of me. I mean, the ghosts. You haven't got to the ghosts yet. I mean, this kid, this Joey, he hasn't even gone anywhere. He hasn't walked 2 steps in the story yet.
His name is Johnny, by the way.
I mean, Johnny, whatever. To me, he's Stelios. He will always be Stelios, and I just think you're wrong. Okay. I mean, I'm not going against you. I just think you're wrong. I think, you have to have a lot of machismo. A lot of cojones to go up to an attic, but you go down to a basement. I mean, I go down basement every day to get some wine out of the cellar or whatever. But I go up a ladder. I go up a ladder. I'm scared to death. I'm a grown man. That's just me. But I mean, go ahead and finish your story.
Well, some of us are afraid of heights. But
right.
It's neither here nor there.
Anyway, get on to your story.
So Johnny was going to the basement.
So what the legend says that's in a basement was an old woman, the old man.
Well, I apologize though if I was going over your story. But I mean, I think it was an attic. I mean, we can at least say that it was. The attic is a little scarier. I think would you rather be climbing up a ladder with slime on it, or would you rather be walking down a dry, it's not wet, flight of stairs down to the basement?
What would I rather walk down?
I mean, it's this story. I mean, if you can't finish it right, it's like that story of Fort Tilden. I just laugh at that story. It's not funny. Fort Tilden is not even. It doesn't even do it for me. I mean, an attic is just the way that you should tell a story. But I mean, go ahead. I apologize. I was just, I had a guy from, Coyote Falls, a native of that area. He told me the way the story goes, and there's no Johnny. It's Stelios, and you're wrong. Yeah. But I mean, go ahead. I mean, just finish your version, and I'll chime in when the time is right. Okay?
Fair enough. So to this day.
But I apologize, though. I really apologize. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to argue. I'm really not trying to argue. I don't want to just jump in and just poop all over the stuff. But I mean, they made a movie about Stelios climbing to the attic. His name was and he starred Donald Sutherland. Donald Sutherland was in it. He wore like this petticoat and a bowler hat. It's iconic. And he found out.
What was the name of that movie?
It was, I think, called The Letter People. It had The Letter People in it. Yeah, The Letter People. But I mean, you're drawing from a story that evolved from The Letter People. You see what I'm saying? You understand? Like it's you might as well believe in UFOs or something, or stuff like that. It's just imaginary. It's like saying that my parents divorced.
A break from reality.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I mean, I live on 24 East Kenora Drive. Do you understand that? I live on 24 East Kenora Drive. I survived 2 divorces. My dad's going through his 3rd divorce right now.
Is your house haunted also like Johnny's was?
I mean, it was haunted, but I lit some candles. and I yelled at the ghost. But look, I swear to God, I swear, I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying that Stelios is the kid's name, and that's the name. The name of the movie is The Letter People. And my parents got a divorce.
Let's hear from Joe.
Over
Here.
arg-
Let's let him finish his story here.
Okay, I understand, but my parents got a divorce from arguing about this, this goddamn legend. I'm sick of legends. I hate legends. But anyway, go ahead. You can finish it.
Okay, so there was a figure.
I apologize, though. I mean, I didn't mean to just run over you like that and just like, mess your story up. But anyway, go ahead. Stelios goes up to the attic. What happens next?
It was a basement.
Was there slime on the floor?
Okay.
I mean, to me, it's more machismo. It's more machismo if a guy climbs up some ladders. Any kid can just run down some stairs. I mean, look at this right here. Look at this. That 22 inches right there. This shoulder girl. He's a strapping young lad. I mean, it's because I listened to that Legend of Stelios and I believed in it. The Letter People, starring Donald Sutherland. I mean, I swear to God, I'm not trying to argue. I swear to you. But just go ahead.
The point of the story, Dave.
Honestly, you're the moderator. I apologize.
I'm not trying to cut you off.
I understand.
I appreciate your.
I'm just trying to get the truth out here to the people. I mean, some people believe in conspiracy theories, UFOs. I don't believe in that abduction stuff. Mm-hmm. But I mean, The Letter People is a film that really happened. That's what's real. What I'm trying to tell you. I mean, just go ahead and jump in there. I'm sorry that I keep going over your story.
It just sounds like you're just retelling
just
the
go
movie.
ahead and
So what happened to Johnny next?
So Johnny.
Stelios climbs up the ladder. Go ahead.
Stelios, Johnny.
It doesn't matter. So just say
It
Stelios.
just sounds like you're a ripoff of M. Night Shyamalan.
It doesn't matter. Just say Stelios. I mean, that's just what's important to me.
If it'll make him happy, just say Stelios.
Just say Stelios.
Stelios.
Okay, thank you. Stelios goes up the step ladder.
Stelios.
All right. Just chill. Just finish the story. I mean, I respect that you know about the story. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said you're wrong. Okay, I apologize. Okay, I'm really sorry. I just sometimes in my life I see things that are the truth, and when people start making other stories,
I hate it about it.
It's like, to me, it's like somebody says the remake of Footloose is better than the original Footloose. No, I mean, Kevin Bacon, come on. I mean, you're talking about the remake here, and I'm trying to get back to something that a mythical, I don't really care. I mean, you don't care either, so let's just keep going.
I don't care. Let's stay on topic here.
You seem like a Tremors fan, by the way.
A Tremors fan? It's good, but go ahead and finish your story.
Stelios.
Stelios climbs up the ladder to the attic.
I mean, shit, I might as well say Stelios, Kevin Bacon climbed up the goddamn ladder.
I'm just saying, what you're telling is
Let's stay on point, fellas.
And then the fucking house exploded.
Now,
and then there's hatchets flying through the sky.
That's not how it happened.
Who gives a
That's
shit?
not how it happened.
Like, it's a goddamn...
Stelios fell down the ladder.
The horror story
and
is
an alien came in there.
Let me tell you the real horror story.
Onto a saw
when your goddamn mother gave birth to you. That was the horror story on planet Earth.
Kiss the ring, motherfucker. Kiss the ring. I know all about these legends, you understand? I live on 24 East Kenora Drive. Nobody can touch this. I lived through 14 divorces. I mean, at least 14 divorces. I've seen The Letter People.
Divorces?
I've seen that. Yeah, divorces. I'm a little mad, I'm just a little angry right now. I'm just Malcolm McDowell, he was at it in post-production to that shit you were talking about. It's not even true, I mean, I don't care.
To the story of Johnny?
I mean, I'm sorry.
Malcolm McDowell was added to the
I'm sorry I said you're wrong. I'm sorry I said you're wrong.
Okay.
Continue. Just continue. Continue. I'm calm.
Let's calm down.
I think you just need
I learned from this guy.
We're talking about the ghost by the tree at the
I learned from
house.
this guy from Coyote Falls who's an expert in folklore. Who did you learn from? Max Schmeling from Blast Street? It's not true. None of it's true.
The spirit of the bear. Let's talk about the spirit of the bear.
You learn from some guy named Vitaly Schmo. I don't know. I mean, it's just Fort Tilden. Fort Tilden is a real place, and this story.
Look, we're talking about Johnny and Otis Jr.
I'm sorry, guy. I didn't mean to disagree with you. I'm sorry.
I don't mean to be terse here.
I apologize.
We just need to get on subject, fellas.
I'm sorry.
If Otis Jr. was here, he'd probably hack your ass up.
I'm sorry. Okay, my dad's going through
the
story.
Continue the story.
So, for
I'm really sorry. Okay, I apologize to you. I'm really sorry.
For the sake of all mankind.
Stelios
there was a story of the ghost, right?
It was a fucking step ladder. You understand me?
I was trying to get to that.
And then those little ghosts. There was a ghost that dragged him off the step ladder.
They were from Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
I'm just saying they were climbing
This is real
up
life.
the damn.
This really happened. They based the movie off of it.
by the
You were
tree.
telling me about the ghost that was haunting the house that was near the tree.
But the
And then the
ghost.
story was he either goes into a basement or an attic.
No, you don't understand. I understand.
I would like
it
to
was
hear the rest of the
Stelios.
story.
He had a dream. He went up the step ladder. He was dragged down. It was a slimy floor. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I said you wrong. I'm sorry, okay? I really apologize. Just go ahead and finish your half of the story. I got my half in.
I don't care. Just
you-
continue the joke. Just
I'm sorry.
continue the story.
I
Continue the
apologize
story,
to you.
please.
I apologize to you. I just added my half of the story. I want our halves to meet. So go ahead and finish the
Okay.
story.
So, from going up the step ladder, Stelios.
My
Well,
dad had
all the-
4 divorces. He's going through 4 divorces. I
I
apologize.
feel-
I
I'll
apologize.
tell you what,
I feel you.
Stelios
Tell-
doesn't
tell-
give
I
two
apologize,
shits
okay?
about your dad and
But
his
you're getting a
divorces.
little personal. You're a folklore artist. I'm a folklore artist. And we need to stay on point.
And it
I
sounds
apologize.
it sounds like your dad's a divorce artist.
I'm sorry I said you're wrong, okay? I'm
Yeah.
sorry I said you're wrong, okay? Johnny went to the basement, okay? I apologize. Johnny went to the basement. Go ahead.
Johnny
and,
went to the basement.
and,
Johnny
and
went to the
bring,
basement.
bring it back around home.
Okay.
Bring it home.
Johnny went.
Bring it on home.
Johnny went to the
The
basement.
Letter People was a movie starring Donald Sutherland. Do you understand? The Letter People was a movie starring Donald Sutherland, okay? So just bring it on home. I'm
Alright,
sorry.
let's not
His
talk
name's
about-
Johnny. He went to the
We're
basement.
talking about Johnny.
I
That's right.
apologize. I apologize. I just want the truth to get out. Lots of people are going to be watching this, and from the bottom of my heart, this man is wrong. But go ahead and finish your story.
So, Johnny, I don't even know where the fuck he went at this point. I tried to say.
You said he was going to the basement.
Okay.
Okay.
He went to the basement.
Right.
Johnny
There was a large figure.
I apologize. I'm sorry I said you wrong.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry.
Give me.
Okay. I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Go.
Okay. He went down in the basement,
Right.
and then there was supposedly a monstrous figure named Stelios.
His name, no, the boy's name was Stelios. You're wrong, okay? He went up a ladder, okay? He went up a ladder to
2
the
minutes.
attic, okay? You understand? His name was Stelios. You're on. I'm sorry.
Hey, let's agree
I'm
to
I'm
disagree for
uncomfortable.
just a moment.
I'm 2 seconds
Okay,
from not.
Johnny and Stelios.
Do you understand? I'm 2 seconds from not wanting to be here right now. You
Johnny
understand?
Stelios went down into the
I don't want to
basement.
be here. I'm uncomfortable. Can I be allowed to leave? These people are against my folklore. My folklore is solid. I've done my research. I have parenthetical citations. This is bullshit. This is Mitchell in his living room. My friend Mitchell knows more than all of you guys put together.
So that's who you're citing is Mitchell.
Love you, buddy.
Mitchell.
Love you, buddy. Love my audience out there. And I mean, my folklore is just like shooting like a laser
You're
through several
I'm
floors
sorry.
and trees.
We're
and
getting off topic a little here. Let's get back on topic.
You're the moderator. I
Let's
apologize.
get back
You're the
to
moderator.
Johnny
I'm sorry.
Stelios going into the attic basement
I'm sorry I said you're wrong. Okay, you're the moderator.
and climbing up and down a ladder at the same
I'm
time.
sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
So
Go ahead.
Stelios
Climbed up a step ladder.
climbed up a step ladder. There was all these gnomes in the.
No, there's slime everywhere. There's slime all over the floor.
There was secreted
And then-
by
and
the
then-
gnomes.
Then
The
there-
Letter People.
The Letter People, the movie. Okay, yes, the Letter People. There was a table with a saw in the table. I mean, I'm just a little mad that you're not getting all this.
The
This
letter,
is,
Diana divorce.
I went. Don't bring up the divorce. Okay? I went
Diana
through so many
divorce.
divorces.
She was in the letter people.
She was okay. All right. I just don't like that word. It's a bad word. It's just very painful for me to divorce. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that this is all true. What I'm saying, or at least my folklore is more true. But I'm sorry. Just go ahead.
Does this story touch your heart in a way?
No,
where
just let
the
him finish.
divorce-
Just let him finish the story. I apologize.
I'm
Okay?
trying.
I apologize.
So
Stelios climbed up the step ladder, and there's slime everywhere. Go
there's
ahead.
slime everywhere, and then he finds.
And then there was a table with a saw.
Okay, let him
Go
talk.
ahead, I'm sorry. I apologize.
So he finds the table saw.
Right. Was it plugged in?
Yes,
Was there an extension cord?
there was.
Right. Okay. What happened next? I mean, I don't care what happens next. I mean, I apologize. I'm sorry. I just think my folklore research is solid. But I mean, and I live on 24 East Kenora Drive. I mean, you can ask my favorite fan out there, Mitchell, the audience out there. They know. I'm sorry I said you're right. You go ahead and finish, okay?
Okay, so
Okay.
the table saw was plugged up with the extension cord,
Right.
and then somehow the table saw just turns on mysteriously.
This is in the attic, right? Stelios
Yes,
climbed
it's
up the
in
step
the
ladder, right?
It's in
This
there.
was-
It's in the fucking
This
attic.
was what led up
I
to
apologize, but
the incident.
you left out the slime on the floor. The slime.
I
was
thought
green.
that was already clear.
But you didn't say a word about it. You call yourself damn
You said it for me.
mythology expert.
Okay, let's try to settle down. Let's try to settle down.
I apologize. I mean, I just feel I'm a little uncomfortable right now. I just want to go and you know just get some air because your mythology is just a little bit off center. You know, I don't know. You know,
Okay, so
just go ahead and finish. I'm sorry. I
All right.
apologize. I apologize. I'm saying you're wrong.
somehow the table saw mysteriously turned on.
Was it plugged in?
Yes, it was
Okay.
already stated.
I apologize. I apologize.
And then Stelios walks over to the table saw.
Right. Did you get to the part about his uncle? His uncle was in the story. His uncle was in the basement. The main part of the story happens in the basement.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying. But anyway, I mean, it starts from the main part of the story happens in the basement, and then it goes to the living room. You haven't even mentioned the living room.
Through osmosis, the story just automatically seeps through the.
Sir, you're breaking the fourth wall right now. You're trying to break the reality of the story. It's just not. It doesn't work that way. It's like
Why don't we
We're
just
getting
say-
back on the story.
I was talking
of
about the China dolls.
Otis Jr.
How they were
and
dancing
Little
around
Johnny.
outside, having a tea party.
Little Johnny.
Go ahead, he's the mother.
And
I
Otis
apologize.
Jr.
I
Little
apologize.
Johnny and Otis Jr.
Little Johnny was a goddamn.
Wait, that was
cross-dresser.
Stelios. Stelios is his name. And there's a step.
Stelios. If it'll
I'm
make
just
him
saying.
happy, you can go with
ahead and
Stelios.
finish.
Stelios arrived to a party one night with Little Johnny because Little Johnny was a fucking cross-dresser, and then
You're adding stuff willy-nilly.
I mean, like, shit, I might as well.
I'm sorry, but Stelios, you know, you just can't make up stuff like that, you know. Stelios, it really happened. You know, he went up the
All right,
step
Joe,
ladder.
no, let's let him finish speaking.
Okay.
And then from the party, they went up to the mansion.
No, there was no party. The house was empty. This
The
has been
party was
confirmed. There
somewhere
was no electricity in the house. There was no electricity in the house. The basement was empty, and then the uncle came up from the
Okay,
basement.
we can be
into
civil
the living
here.
room.
We can be civil here.
I apologize. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
I'm trying not to argue. I'm trying.
Stelios was a doctor, and what he would do is he would practice self-mutilation.
He was a good kid. He never did that. He never ever did that. He was a good
He
kid.
was 46.
He's a kid. He's not 46
Stelios
years
was
old.
Little Johnny and he was 46.
No, y'all are the ones saying that they're.
I'm gonna leave. I'll leave right now. If you say one more wrong thing, I'm gonna leave. I'm not feeling comfortable right now about this folklore. This is not a good folklore. This is not what the kids should hear. Kids, I'm sorry. Excuse my French, but just wipe your chin and walk away. This is no good. This is it's no good for anybody. It's bullshit.
Okay, this is a
I'm
story
sorry.
we should all know. This is Stelios, also Little Johnny, went up to the basement on a stepladder that was covered with slime. Started in the living room.
He was fucking unplugged.
His
The
house was
saw table
haunted.
unplugged.
He saw a ghost by the tree that was
The saw
the
table
spirit
was
of the
unplugged.
bear.
It was spinning.
The saw table was plugged in.
I'm
and it
sorry.
just
I'm
came
sorry
on
that I
its own.
disagree with you. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry that I disagree with you. Okay.
We need to understand what happened to Little Johnny. That's why we're here today.
He was
How
killed.
did Little Johnny come to his
Johnny
fate
was not in the story.
from
Johnny is not.
Otis
His name is
Jr.?
Stelios. Just say Stelios, and I'll finish the story for you.
Okay,
Stelios
Stelios and
Stelios
goddamn
was
Stelios.
killed.
Finish the fucking story.
Stelios was killed because his uncle came up in the basement. His uncle was on the wrong medication, killed him in the living room, rolled him up in a mattress, threw him out in the river. That's the end of it. That's
Was that the same story you heard?
Yes.
And then the house became a haunted
Yes.
spooky.
That was it. That's what
The house
exactly
became a
right.
haunted spooky house. It became a
Well,
haunted
folks,
spooky
I
house.
did not I did not realize that was the same story we were all listening to. That this is
I
the
mean,
story
that's just
of
what I heard.
Otis Jr.
The Coyote Falls.
and
Coyote
Little
Falls.
Johnny.
The
And
Coyote Falls
apparently
got
Stelios.
There's no
also
Johnny
known
in the
as
story.
Stelios.
I'm not trying to argue. I apologize. I'm not trying to argue with you.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have today. You folks have a very good day.
His name is
Thank you for watching.
Stelio. Stelio. His name wasn't Johnny. Fuck you.